Wow, I'm like Levi with that one. Yo, what's up guys, it's me, Jake here, and today we're going to be doing something I did kind of a while back, but this is a very different kind of video as it's the complete polar opposite of it. And if you don't know from the title and thumbnail, it's the pros of manga collecting. Now, what are you saying about me doing a video like this in the past? A card will be up here in one of the corners. I still suck at it, but you know what I mean. Of the Cons of Manga Collecting video that I did make a while back that did do pretty well, and I will say, I did really enjoy that video. It was a very funny video, even though not many people did. I think it's very funny, and I did very much enjoy making it. So I decided after this huge long wait that I said I would make this video, I'd make this video. So we're gonna get into what are the pros of manga collecting. Now, just like an essay, I will know, there is quite a few cons, as this will be not free, as you can read a lot of this stuff on scans. And I will admit that, not everything that is on scan websites, but almost everything is, and you can basically read anything for free, so why would you collect manga? Well, one thing about manga is, when you're reading a manga and you finish the series, and you just have the volume in your hand, and right as you finish that final page, and you close it, you kind of just sit there for a minute and say, wow. If it's a series you like, at least. If you're reading something that you're liking, but not too much, I don't know if it's going to be the same. But a series you love so much, you finally read that volume, the final volume, you close it. You just look at it for a second, and you're like, wow, what a journey this has been. And you look at your shelf, and you see all the volumes, and you really just look back and say, wow, this journey was a great one. And I wish I can reread it again. And then you get that sense and urge to reread it. And you always just keep falling in love with that. And that by itself, that happiness that comes with reading it physically, is not for everyone. But for the people it does have, for some people, it does have that effect. And I am one of those people, as you might be able to tell. As when that final volume of One Piece comes out in English, I will close that volume and most likely be teary-eyed as my favorite manga ended. And there's nothing else I can do to change that. I can wish there was another journey to be going on, but in the end, the story was wrapped up, and there's nothing else I can do. And that's what that final volume kind of symbolizes. The end of a journey that you must enjoy to be collecting a lot of it. An ending to a journey that you wish never really ended. And that's one thing I think is a pro to manga collecting. And also, another thing that's kind of very much different is, well, not really different because it gives you the same sense of satisfactory, but very different in a different kind of aspect as it doesn't pertain to reading, pertains to collecting. When you collect a harder to find series, you finally collect that series. I feel like a lot of the people that collect harder to find manga and rare manga kind of feel this, but when you collect that hard to find series and you start reading it, you kind of just think it's better than it is. I will admit that. A lot of people will probably do that if they find a rare series that they spend a lot of money on. They definitely subconsciously think it's better than it really is, but that kind of sense of completion in the same kind of factor as the last one really does hit different. And I know that's quite ironic for me to say hit different, but it really does. It hits you in a way that's like, yes, I finally did this. I finally collected this super hard to get series. And that's one thing about a collector is when you fully collect a series, you have that sense of satisfactory. And it gives you that sense of happiness. And it gives you that little bit of, wow, I really did that. Like, if you get a full set of Gantz and you built it up and you got it for like $400, you're gonna look back at that and be like, wow, I really did that. I really took a lot of my time just to do that. But was it worth it? Absolutely. You had fun doing it, you had fun looking at the volumes, you had fun reading it, and you had fun looking for it. And that's all that really matters when it comes to collecting, is how much fun you have, and how much you really do enjoy it. Now, there's definitely very many more cons than there is to pros, but the pros do very much hit so hard that even if there is more cons, I think that the pros are still better, and that's why I do collect manga, and that's why I don't just read it on scans. I do get the physical volumes because of that sense of satisfactory that I do get when completing a series or collecting a series. And even when I got my rest of my Blade of the Immortal, which I know I'm spoiling my haul so much for this month, but when I completed Blade of the Immortal volume-wise, I just posted on Instagram, like, I can't believe I did this, and I got all the volumes, and I'm in awe with how I did it. I did it without getting any over retail. I did it with maximum efficiency, and I did it so well, and I was so proud of myself. And it's kind of like an asset of pride when it comes to that factor, as it's not just about happiness, it's also about the pride you get and how proud you are of yourself that you finally did it. And after a while of my collection, I'm very proud with what I own, and there's quite a lot of things that I think are really cool. Like, I'll show you a couple things that I think are really cool that give me a lot of happiness when I got. So, the first thing I really want to show off is something that is very, very expensive now, but I got it for like 25 bucks when it was on sale. I think it's like a Christmas sale or something. And it's an Ajin Volume 1 box set. I don't know what it really is. It's a limited edition box set for Ajin that comes with the 2 DVDs of the anime, a little bit of a booklet, and also a limited edition volume 1 that only came in this box set. And if you don't know, Ajin is in my top 10, and when I got this volume, I was super happy. And I want to also say thank you for East Coast Manga. He was the one that actually sent me the link to get this. He's like, yo, Jake, I know you love Ajin like I do, so you should buy this. It's on sale for, it was $150, and now you can get it for $20. And I'm like, there's no way I'm dropping this deal. And then like a week later, when I got it, finally, it went back up in price and the sale was over. So, I'm sorry for all the people who want this now, but sadly, the sale is ending. Well, has ended for a while now. Like, it's been gone for months, but now that I see that I can make profit off this, it's kind of sick to know, and knowing how much that this really is worth is super sick to think that I got this for a steal, but how much it really is worth is way more than I got it for. And now, I'm not trying to flex, and I'm not
trying to be like, oh yeah, I got this for cheap and you can't, haha.
I'm trying to be like, wow. And you kind of just reflect on your own collection and see the little bit of memories that you have when collecting. Now, when I was first starting off collecting, I didn't have many things in mind. But the first series I did get because of the Anime Man. I was a huge fan. I still am a huge fan. But I will say his content is still good when he goes back into his analytical side, which I do like a lot. I like all the Trash Chase Guys content. Like, the Trash Chase Guys content are so great. But to talk about this, my first series I did actually get was Yu Yu Hakusho. Now, I know what a lot of people are thinking. Yu Yu Hakusho test stock, yeah. I got this 3 years ago. So, I got this 3 years ago off eBay for my birthday for $110. All 19 volumes of Yu Yu Hakusho in brand new condition. And that sense of first starting my manga collection was really different. I never really felt that kind of feeling ever before of, wow, I'm really starting collecting this, and I'm really going to start collecting this many things. Now, I say I never really felt that,
but that was kind of a lie. I'm sorry about that.
But I did actually feel this a while back when I was like 5 or 6, when I started collecting Funko Pops. As you might have been able to tell from my earlier on content that I did have a lot of Funko Pops around my room, and now they're in the basement, but I did have a lot of Funko Pops, and that's because I love collecting. It's something that is it's something that's a kind of a personality trait rather than something that you just get over time. It's something that you kind of just are born with, and I don't think it's like that for everyone. I think sometimes people are latent, and you might be able to say, yeah, but that's not something you're born with, but collecting is something that is definitely kind of a personality trait. And I think that at this point with manga collecting, it can be kind of hoarding, because I really am like negligent to actually sell my stuff. I'll be very honest about that. I don't like selling stuff that is on my shelves. I really don't like selling it. But if I have it on my shelf and I don't like it, I will sell it. I mean, look at Demon Slayer. It's no longer on my shelf. I remember me calling that not a great series, and a bunch of people in my comments for that manga collection were like, I'll take that Demon Slayer set off you. Well, oh my god, I got like 40 of those comments. But getting back on video, getting back on topic. I know last video I was not on topic at all, or well, I don't know if this is going out Tuesday. If it's going out Tuesday, my last video, my funniest manga ever video, that video, I was very off topic, and I was talking about Ranma for like 5 minutes out of the 10 minutes. I'm super sorry about that, but yeah, let's get straight back into this video. I'm sorry. But when you finally get that first series, and you see the collection that you got, that first series, yes, it might seem small if it's a smaller series, like, yeah, Black Torch is your first series and it's 5 volumes. It might seem small, but you're going to be really proud of that, as that was the first thing you really picked up. Now, the second series I did get was Twin Star, and I felt this a lot more with Twin Star than Yu Yu, because I think Yu Yu is very good, but it's not in my top 10, while Twin Star is. And I look at Twin Star, and I really just am like, wow, this was my second series, and both my first 2 series were around 19 volumes at the time. I think Twin Star had like 16 actually. I think Twin Star had 16 volumes and I got it all at one point, but I was like, wow, this journey is really fun, and reading this physically, I just can't drop it. Now, one thing I do say, I think you can read faster on scans than you can physically, because the page is churning, and you kind of just look at pictures way longer when you're reading it physically, and on scans you kind of just skip through them, but reading it physically, you kind of just take in all the pictures, and you might not actually think you do, but you subconsciously very much do look at the pictures and you're like, wow, this looks really cool. Like in chapter 1 of Happiness, this panel in chapter 1 of Happiness, I think I stared at for like 5 minutes. If I was reading this on scans, I'd probably looked at this panel for like 30 seconds and be like, wow, that's cool, and skip it. Like, I would very much say there's a couple things that you get off physical volumes that you don't get from digital, but do I say that digital is bad? No. Whatever suits you. It's not about whatever people think about it. It's whatever floats your boat. It's your collection or how you read. It's not what everyone else thinks. Everyone's enjoyment is completely subjective. And that's why I think collecting is completely subjective as well. I don't really roast people who don't collect manga. It's because even if you read digitally, you're still reading manga. It doesn't mean you're not part of the manga community. You're still in it. You're still reading it. So why should you be kicked out? But I'm branching off topic again. Jake, just stop. Okay. Oh my god, that sip was super bad. Okay. I think I took too much for one gulp. That was, oh my god. But I will say, to finish this off, I don't know if this is actually my last point. I'll just say that. This might be my last point, but as your collection grows and the more series you do get, the more kind of satisfactory you do get as you kind of look at your shelves and you're like, wow, over this much time, I really did this. After this much time, I really did collect all this. And after this much time, I really did do everything I did to get this. I did work my butt off to get these volumes, and I did take my time to really find all these series. And that's one thing I love. The sense of completing something. And the sense of completion is something that you don't always get from random things as digital manga and other things of that nature. The sense of completion can be found in many ways, but I don't really see that. I see the sense of completion as something that you find satisfactory for yourself. And even if it isn't complete, but if you're satisfied with it, then it is complete in your mind. Like, pretend you're doing an art piece, and you have it halfway done, but you think it looks perfect the way it is, but your art teacher tells you it's not done yet. You're satisfied, and in your mind it's complete, but in reality it's never complete, and you're going to be collecting more and more and more, but you're still going to be satisfied with it. And that's kind of is a sense of completion, even though you're not really complete with collecting. And that's really all I have to say, and I know I kind of repeated a lot of things in this video, but I think that I did my best to kind of say what I wanted, because this video is kind of a weird video to talk about. But I think that I tried my best, and I hope it did go out to you guys, and you guys can actually kind of tell what I'm saying, because I know I'm not really best with my words half the time. I think I'm pretty crap with my words actually most of the time, but that's off topic again. I hope you guys did enjoy though, and I hope you guys can see kind of my aspect on why I collect manga and why I love collecting and why I'm a collector myself and why I can see why other people aren't collectors at the same time. So that should be me. I should be done. Hope you guys enjoyed. I hope I see you guys next time. Peace!